Okay, so here's a question that's on exam 1. Drawing the Newman projection of a molecule from its name. All right, so I'm going to take a screenshot of it. And I'm going to open this screenshot up in my whiteboard. Where's my whiteboard? Report, open notes. Okay. And we'll go back to that and fill it in a second, okay? So first of all, drawing a Newman projection of any staggered format. I got to make some notes of it. Draw the Newman projection as if you were looking down. Don't have the full thing. Let me go back over don't have the full question, I don't think. Draw a Newman projection. Oh, I do. Of 1 bromo, 2 chloropropane, okay? 1 bromo, 2 chloropropane, okay? So it's propane, so it looks like this. And 1 bromo looks like this. 1 bromo looks like that, and 2 chloro looks like that. In any staggered conformation. Oh, okay, so I've got some freedom here. And draw it as if I'm looking down the C1, C2 bond. Here's 1, 2, and 3. And so I'm looking here down that bond right there. Can you see this? Okay. Can you see where I'm looking? Okay. Down the 1-2 bond. So it's going to look like this. Here's my format. It's going to be my 1 bond is here, my 2 bond is bigger in the Newman projections, right? And here's the atoms on my in my front bond. Here's the ones on my back bond. And this is carbon 1 and this is carbon 2, and let's say that's carbon 3. Okay, and it says any staggered conformation, so this is going to be relatively low-hanging fruit, I guess. Carbon 1 is going to have bromine on it. Carbon 2 is going to have chlorine on it, and also that, right? And everything else is going to be hydrogens. Okay, that's not so bad. I think I can do that. Let's go back over here. And so it's going to be any staggered conformation. I'm going to choose the cleanest looking one. Bromine here, let me select this top one. Shift BR. And I put this over here I'm going to put my keyboard on. I think I can do. CH3. Everything else on the 1 carbon was a hydrogen. Hydrogen. This was hydrogen, and this is chlorine. Okay, any staggered conformation, this ought to work. Okay, let's do one more. More practice. Oh yeah, okay. Different iterations. Gotcha. Different IUPAC names. I better take a screenshot of this one. Let's take a screenshot. Let's open this guy up in Notebook. No. And Notability. Import. Open Notes. I warned you, this is not a very highly produced video, right? This is not going to go viral. I'm not going to monetize this. Nobody would. All right. So determining the systematic IUPAC name for each of the following. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, well, this is carbon 1, and here's carbon 2. That must be carbon 3. So this is going to be propane. Okay. Now on carbon 1, looks like I've got 1 bromo, 1 chloro. Yep. And that's it. Propane. Because I already named my propane. The reds are already named, right? So it looks like it's 1 chloro, 1 bromo, 1 chloro, because it's alphabetic. Propane. Okay. Let's do the next one. Let's say this is the 1 carbon. Here's the 2 carbon. And here's the 3 carbon. So it looks like I got a chlorine on my 1 carbon. So it's 1 chloro. But bromo goes first alphabetically. So and you see the bromine is going to be on the 2nd carbon. So it's going to be 2 bromo, 1 chloro, propane. Okay, good. All right, so let's do yet another one. I'll go a 3rd color. Duh, that's not my 1. Here's my 1. See that? Isn't it nice how you can sort of just make notes and figure out as you go, right? So I thought that was my 1 carbon. And so I did that. I said, here's my 1 carbon. And I go, whoa, wait a second. There's another carbon on it. So there's my 1 carbon. Here's my 2 carbon. Here's my 3 carbon. And this one's bonded to that back one. So that's my 4 carbon. This is going to be a butane. Okay. And it looks like I only have 1 substituent on here, and that's a bromo. And it looks like it's on the 2 carbon, because that's my 2. Here's my 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, you got to get your eyes used to that. I'm not going to build a model set for you, but I think that, I'll do it in class, of course, but I think that might be a good way to do this one. So it looks like the bromine's actually in the 2 bromo. Okay, and that's it. In order to keep this video short, I may stop it there. Let's go over here. I'm going to click solve. Oh no, I'm in the student mode, right? I can't do that. I'm going to have to put them in. So this was 1. Go back to my keyboard. 1 bromo 1. I take a risk. I'm going to mistype something here. Propane. 2 bromo 1, and it just gums up the works when I do. Propane, and this one's a butane, and it looks like it's 2 bromo, and it looks like, can you see why that's challenging? This looks like it's on the, that bromine, it's on the closer of the 2, right? It's on the closer of the 2, but it turns out the closer one has a methyl group on it. So maybe I should think about it like this. Here's 1. I'm going to call that the 1 carbon. Here's the 2 carbon. But then if there's a carbon on the 1 carbon, if there's a methyl group on the 1 carbon, this is no longer 1. This is going to be 1, and this is going to be 2, and this is going to be 3. Right? So that's what I'm talking about there. I'm not sure how clear that is to you. To you guys, that would probably confuse me. All right? I think I got that right. All right, good deal. Okay, so let's say that's enough for this. Well, let's look at and see if the next one looks the same as these 2. There's only 2 flavors of this. Yeah, same flavor as the original one. Let's cut this video off here and say that that first one's been demonstrated.